What is going on, guys? It is your boy Tropical NHL back at it again for a brand new YouTube video. Today we're back again to talk about the Montreal Canadiens. Today we're going to be talking about the first line. Today we're going to be talking about Uri Slafkovsky. Today we're going to be talking about Joshua Roy. We're going to be talking about a lot of things because there's a lot of things that annoy me. There's a lot of things that people don't talk about that we need to talk about, and today that's exactly what we're gonna do. Before getting into the details of the video, I invite you guys to subscribe if you haven't already. We are on road to 5,000 subscribers. We're getting really close. I'm gonna be starting uploading a lot more. I feel a lot better, and yes, I'm gonna be posting a lot of videos during the month of November, during the month of December, about the best team in hockey, the Montreal Canadiens. So if you want to be updated with everything that's going on with the Habs, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let's try and get 150 likes for this video. That would be absolutely amazing. So yeah. The first line is a problem. I mean, they've been good. They've been producing. I mean, Suzuki is at almost a point per game. Caulfield is at a point per game. But a lot of those points come from overtime. A lot of those points come from the power play. At 5-on-5, they haven't been that effective. I mean, it got better over the last couple of games. I mean, against Vegas, they probably were the best line for the Montreal Canadiens. But yes, they're getting there. They're getting better. They're getting points. So it's not the end of the world. But these guys need a winger that is going to be their winger for a long time. Because so far this year, we tried Anderson. We tried Harvey Pinard. We tried a lot of guys. They played half the game with Henderson. Henderson's been absolutely horrendous this year. People don't talk enough about how horrendous Josh Henderson has been this year. He's been on a power play. I don't even know how he's still in that first power play. The guy has been just killing out plays. I feel like the first power play would be much better with a guy like Tanner Pearson or even a guy like Uri Slafkovsky. Josh Henderson doesn't have the hockey IQ to follow up with what's going on the first power play in the NHL. That's just the honest truth. So yes, who should the Montreal Canadiens try on that first line for the team? I know a lot of people have been talking about Sean Monahan, or do not agree with that statement at all. Yes, it would work. Yes, they would get points. Yes, it would be like the best combination possible with the players we have in the lineup right now. But I don't think it's the best solution. I love Sean Monahan at the center position. I want him to stay at the center position. He's really efficient. I don't want him as a winger. I want Suzuki to keep on getting those face-offs, to get better at that. He needs to learn how to win face-offs in the NHL. He needs to learn how to be a first-line center. So having him, Sean Monahan, on the first line, I don't think it's the perfect fit. And on top of that, Sean Monahan with first-line minutes, I'm scared that he's going to get injured. Now he gets third-line minutes when Dvorak will come back, aka tonight. Christian Dvorak is going to be back in the lineup. Now that Dvorak is there, I want Monahan to be the second-line center, getting great minutes, but not too much minutes. I mean, I don't want him to get injured. I mean, he's been great. Probably the best Montreal Canadian so far this year since the start of this season. I want him to stay healthy. And with second or third line minutes, I think it's the best way for him to stay healthy. Don't give him those first line minutes. I don't think it's a great idea at all. And I want him to stay at the center position. And I want him to be the centerman of Uri Slafkovsky. Last year, Sean Monahan and Uri Slafkovsky, in a couple of games they played together, it was the best hockey we saw coming out of Uri Slafkovsky. So far this year, Uri Slafkovsky had one amazing game, and it was the first game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, opening night. He was playing with Kirby Dach. That's the best game we got for Uri Slafkovsky since he got paired with Newhook at the center position, and with Josh Anderson, it's just been going downhill. Those guys are not the right fit at all for a guy like Uri Slafkovsky. They skate, but they skate without looking at what's going on around them. And Uri Slafkovsky needs to play with players with great hockey IQ. This Uri Slafkovsky kid has a great hockey IQ. And for him to be the most efficient he can be, he needs to play with players that are looking around at what's going on. A guy like Suzuki, for example, or a guy like Sean Monahan. I've heard coming from people around Slafkovsky last year that he really enjoyed playing with Monahan, that he was hyped for him to come back before he got injured, to play with him again. So I do not understand why they haven't tried it yet this season. Monahan with Slafkovsky, Monahan being the veteran, I think he could teach a lot of things to Slafkovsky. So I know a lot of people want Slafkovsky to be sent down to the Laval Rocket. Before doing that, I would try him with other line mates, because so far this year, he played with Kirby Dach one game. It was amazing. Kirby Dach got injured at the start of the second game against Chicago. And since then, he got paired with Newhook and Anderson for most of the time. He hasn't been great. He's been doing great flashes, great plays, great passes, but playing him with two guys that are just fast and that aren't looking around them a place to make, I don't think it's the best way to make him develop. So place him with Pearson, place him with Monahan, place him with guys like that, and I can guarantee you that Slafkovsky is going to get better by doing so. Place him on the first power play instead of Anderson. He's going to be better at making plays with Suzuki and Caulfield, and they can build chemistry on the power play with that. And place him with Sean Monahan on the second line. Maybe you do Newhook, Monahan, Slafkovsky. Newhook is better on the wing, in my opinion. I know he's a natural center, but I don't think he has the high Q to play defensively as a center. So I think with his speed, with his grit, I think he's going to be just better at the wing position. So a second line composed of like Newhook, Monahan, Slafkovsky would be amazing. You place Dvorak on the third line with Tanner Pearson and Brendan Gallagher to try to kind of replicate a type of line of Tatar, Dano Gallagher back in the day. I think it would be a pretty good fit. As for Josh Anderson, just play him on the fourth line. Guy has been horrendous. Guy has 1 point. Nobody's talking about it. Play on the fourth line. I do not care. Send him a message. You need to be better. Place him on the fourth line. That's it. That's how I see things. But you're going to tell me, what about the first line winger with Suzuki and Caulfield? Who is it going to be? Well, I feel like the perfect line mate for those two guys is in the AHL right now. And I know a lot of people are going to tell me, but Tropical, Joshua Roy needs to stay in Laval. He's developing. He's better off dominating in the NHL and playing in the NHL. What do you mean? Joshua Roy is NHL ready. We saw it at training camp, and we're seeing it right now in the AHL. Joshua Roy is NHL ready. That's basically that's it. He's NHL ready. So why not call him up? I don't get it. I don't get people saying, well, let's just let him dominate in the AHL, man. He's gonna get 100 points. He's gonna come next year and be good for the Habs. Why couldn't he be good right now? Like, why? I don't get it. Other teams, when they have player that dominates in the AHL, they don't hesitate to call them up. They call them up and they give them ice time. I know other teams like the Sabres and the Devils are doing that with Kulich and Nemec, but look at their lineups. They don't have room for them at the moment. The Canadiens have some room to give ice time to Joshua Roy. We don't have a first-line winger, and I feel like his play style would fit perfectly what Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield need. He has 12 points in 9 games. For the Laval Rocket, the Laval Rocket have 2 wins. For me, personally, I think he would learn a lot more, benefit a lot more, and develop a lot more in the Habs system right now with Suzuki and Caulfield playing on the first line. And I think that he would be the best fit for them. He would be ready to do so. He would be getting points. He would be producing. I'm 110% confident about that statement. Joshua Roy right now, on that first line with Caulfield and Suzuki, Joshua Roy enters the Calder conversations right away. He's gonna get points. He's that type of guy. He has the IQ to follow up those two guys. And I think that he's probably the only young player on the Habs system other than Slafkovsky right now that has the intelligence, the confidence, and the IQ to play with Suzuki and Caulfield. Just look at him last year. He was the only guy on Team Canada Junior that was able to follow what Connor Bedard was doing. And look at Connor Bedard right now. I'm not comparing the two players, but Joshua Roy is NHL ready. You keep on saying that he should stay in the AHL like he never played junior in his life. The kid is not 18. He's almost 21. He played like 5 years in the QMJHL. He dominated over there, dominated at the World Junior. He's playing great in the AHL right now. I think it's time to try him at the highest level. Play him on the top 6. Play him on the first line with Suzuki and Caulfield at the NHL level. Just look at the Bruins with Matthew Poitras. He's producing. They're just giving him the opportunities, and it's turning out well. And Matthew Poitras is like 3 years younger than Joshua Roy. We have a guy that looks NHL ready, that's producing. We need a winger on the first line, but we're just not going to try it because we have PTSD from the past. Come on. If it doesn't work after 4 or 5 games, send him down. But you have nothing to lose on trying it. And for me personally, I'm 110% confident that Joshua Roy would produce with Suzuki and Caulfield and would be the best line mate for them. If you have 3 lines composed of Caulfield, Suzuki, Roy, second line composed of Newhook, Monahan, Slafkovsky, and third line composed of Pearson, Dvorak, and Gallagher, you're just gonna be as efficient as you can be. That's the most efficient lines that I can see right now with the Montreal Canadiens. Like, there's no point on freaking changing that first line winger all the time. Just give him the opportunity to Joshua Roy. Let him develop. Let him be there. Let him learn. the hard way. This is how I think that is the best way to develop prospects nowadays. You give them the confidence. When they have the talent, points will come, stats will come, they'll become efficient, they'll learn how to play. That's exactly what the Devils did with Jack Hughes, and I'm not comparing the players, I'm comparing how they develop them. And most of the teams, when they develop players, they develop them in the NHL. They don't develop them in the AHL. I think it's old school to develop players in the AHL. Now that Joshua Roy just showed that he's capable of dominating at the AHL, you just call him up in the NHL, and he's never going to go back. That's my personal opinion on it. And I think that's what the Canadiens should do. Don't talk to me about Armia on the first line. Don't talk to me about no Monahan on the first line. Monahan needs to stay at the center position. He needs to stay at second line minutes. Don't give him first line minutes. He's going to get injured. So yeah, that's my personal opinion on it. Let me know what you guys all think about this. Should the Canadiens call up Joshua Roy to make him play with Caulfield and Suzuki? I feel like it's the best option at the moment for the team. Let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. It's been your boy Tropical NHL. Subscribe, leave a like, share, do anything as you want. Bye-bye.